From becoming Israel's youngest ever prime minister to becoming its longest serving one, Benjamin Netanyahu is the ruthless chief architect of the decades-long strategy that has fragmented Palestinian representation. Before holding office 6 times, more than any other prime minister in the country's history, Netanyahu, otherwise known as Bibi, was the son of Benjamin Netanyahu, a secular Jew from Poland. His father changed his family name to Netanyahu after arriving and settling in Palestine. Netanyahu's father was considered a revolutionist Zionist who believed that Israel should exist on both sides of the Jordan River and was highly suspicious of left-leaning Israelis wanting to cooperate with Palestinians. Born in 1949, the year after the Nakba and when Israel was proclaimed a state, Netanyahu was raised in Jerusalem and moved into the United States after his father was offered an academic post at Cornell University. When he was 18, Netanyahu returned to Israel, where he spent 5 years in the army, serving as a captain in an elite commando unit, the Shariat Matkal, during the 1973 Arab-Israeli War. Entrenched in the military, Netanyahu would go back and forth between the US and Israel for some years after. Netanyahu's political career started to take off around 1982 as a family friend, Mose Arnaz, was named the Israeli ambassador to the United States, positioning Bibi to be appointed deputy chief of mission at the Israeli embassy in Washington, D.C. Considered an eloquent English speaker with a distinctive American accent, Netanyahu became a familiar face on US television and an influential advocate for Israel. He was fixed as Israel's permanent representative at the UN in New York in 1984, before being appointed as Deputy Foreign Minister in the cabinet of then Prime Minister Yitzhak Shamir. Netanyahu would rise in the ranks of the right-wing Likud party, becoming party chairman and in 1996, Israel's first directly elected Prime Minister after an early election following the assassination of Yitzhak Rabin by an Israeli right-wing extremist. Serving as PM from 1996 to 1999 and a record 12-year tenure from 2009 to 2021, Netanyahu became the face of Israel's most conservative and reactionary government in history. Yet, Netanyahu's ruthless instinct for political survival became tangled in corruption and greed as he was charged with fraud, bribery, and breach of trust in 3 cases filed in 2019. His wife Sarah has also become the subject of legal issues as she admitted to the misuse of public funds. The couple also faced accusations of mistreating staff and swapping favors that involved powerful media moguls and wealthy billionaires. Claiming a so-called political witch hunt set up by his rivals, Netanyahu would become the first sitting Israeli prime minister to face court as a defendant, creating chaos and division within Israeli society. As Israeli police regularly abused their power to apprehend and harass Palestinians in the occupied territories, dozens of Israelis were arrested at anti-Netanyahu protests. The embattled PM has also used Israeli law to attempt to bypass his legal problems. A bill passed earlier this year in Israeli courts limited the Supreme Court's powers to check the government, arousing suspicion that Netanyahu may use this to avoid conviction. With war now raging in Gaza, Netanyahu is said to be prolonging the genocide to extend his dying political career. Having built his popularity on being Israel's Mr. Security, the October 7 attacks on Israel dealt a deep blow to Netanyahu's personal brand, with Israelis laying the blame directly at his door. Netanyahu has vowed to continue the Gaza war until Hamas is defeated and the captives are returned. However, pressure at home and abroad may ensure that his fight, both for his career and country, will soon come to an end.